Yo, Hank, what's for lunch?
Let's do some meal prep, something healthy.
I'm a private chef, cook for money, yeah.
Guys, welcome back. This is Meal Prep Monday. I'm here with Hank.
I'm excited.
All right, today
I need this.
we're doing chicken and doing fish, and it's all gonna be with rice. So we're keeping it pretty simple, healthy.
That sounds good, that's what I need.
Any rice, anytime you're making rice, you gotta rinse it out until the water's really clear.
Is washing rice something you have to do every time? Because I don't think I've ever done that.
Yeah, you have to wash the rice.
Part of why I don't like to cook is because I'm bad at it and things like that.
Yeah, it's the little things like that that are gonna make the difference. If you don't wash it, it's just gonna it's super gummy. It's gonna stick together. All that, there's so much starch in it that unless you're making sushi rice or unless you're making a risotto where you want the starch in there, just put it in a strainer like this and run water through it until it's clear, and you'll have better rice. It'll be nice and fluffy, how rice should be.
The education's starting early.
Now with rice, the water ratio people kind of mess up too. It's usually just, say you have 2 cups of rice, you add 1.5 cups extra water, so 3.5 cups of water. But an easier way to do it is just pour your water in and cover the rice like that. Just stick a finger, if your hands, you just wash your hands, and just go to the top knuckle so that where that rice starts, the water should come up right to the knuckle, and that's like a rough way of knowing. Put it on high heat. We're gonna bring this up to the boil. Once it starts boiling, we basically kill the heat, put it on low, cover it, 15 minutes, that's it. So
high heat, if it's numbers, like that's 7, 8, 9, 10, then which one of those numbers are you picking?
10.
10, all the way high. Like highest means top of the
to start,
full turn.
While it's full with water, yes, because it's just gonna come up to a boil. As soon as it starts boiling, take it down to the 2. You're basically killing. You could even kill it and steam it, but I like to leave it at 2-1 little simmer and cover it. For the first portion, we're doing chicken, so you're gonna have like 3 chicken dinners, 2 fish dinners. I have chicken thighs here with the bone on and skin on, so that's gonna go into a bowl. And I like to cook with thighs because they're easier, they're way more forgiving. There's more fat in there, so a chicken breast you can dry out really easily. Thighs, not so much. We're gonna start out with a little salt and pepper. Basically, anytime you're cooking anything you're doing, it's gonna have salt and pepper in it. That's very basic, but if you don't know that out there, season your food. But we don't have to go too heavy on the salt because we're adding soy sauce, and soy sauce has a lot of salt, a lot of sodium in there. So you're always just trying to balance out that salt with the acidity and whatever you're cooking with. About 1/4 cup of soy sauce goes in there, 1/4 cup of apple cider vinegar, and a little bit of olive oil. Anytime you have a marinade, it's usually some acidity, some sweetness, some sugar, and a little bit of oil, some fat in there.
A little bit of olive oil.
Yeah, good amount. Olive oil is healthy. It's a good fat though. You need it. You gotta have your healthy fats. This, we'll just give it a quick toss. And I like a little spice in here. I usually just do some hot sauce, but I don't have any in this kitchen, so a little wasabi paste. You're gonna get some heat from that. And we're going Asian themed kind of on this one, so I'll mix that in. Beautiful. We'll set this off to the side. I'm gonna rinse my hand quick.
I got you. Ready?
Thank you. How are your knife skills?
Decent. I did work in a kitchen once. I tried to get a job as a busboy. They said, we'll give you a job as a cook. I said, I've never cooked in my life. It was a sports bar. So I have worked in a kitchen. I don't think that means I was good at what I was doing.
Hey,
but I have a year's worth of experience. Using the fry later.
Okay, yeah, the fry later. We have a red pepper here. Just gonna cut the ends off. We'll cut it in half, so we'll both cut it. Okay, so we'll pause right here. The rice is boiling. Cover it. I'm moving it over to a lower heat, but now that's on low, and that'll do its thing while we do the rest. We're just gonna take it in, just make an incision like that. Flip it over, flatten it out a little bit. Well, see, yours still has the inside, so usually how I like to do peppers, if I did it whole, that works too, and then we just scoop this out. You can just cut around your knife with it at the base, but take the seeds out, taking the pith out, and there we go.
Pith? That pith?
Yeah, the white part. Yeah, but in all the fruits. I'll do a julienne. Just come here, boom, little slices like this. Those are looking good. Look at that, all pretty much the same size. That's an A+ right there. That's a job well done, Hank. Same thing with our onion. We're gonna make everything the same size. Give you half an onion there. With the onion too, you kind of want to follow the natural anatomy of the onion. So when you're cutting, you kind of start this way. If you go straight down, you're gonna get weird shapes. So see how it kind of naturally rolls? So you want to just roll with it, slice like that. You start like that, and then you come up. And then when you get to that point, you can flip it on its side. Go.
When do I flip to?
When it just feels right, when it feels like it's gonna wobble. Maybe that's too sharp of an angle. Just cut it.
Like if I'm making chicken or like steak or whatever, I'm a big just like steak.
You like to keep it simple. Yeah, that's why with a meal prep too, if people don't like doing all the chopping and all this that goes with it, perfect. We'll do it once. You have one big day of cooking, and then the rest of the week you're just reheating what you've already done. So then you get faster at it, you get better at it, and then it becomes less. The time goes down and down and down. Say you're doing, you're cutting, 100 onions, whatever. It's like, all right, it took you an hour to do it today. Try to do it in 55 minutes tomorrow. Then try to do it. So just like you get faster as you go, and the more you practice, the better you get. Now here.
So inspiring, I'm crying.
We have some broccolini zucchinis, so some broccoli rabe. I love this. Is some of my favorite veg-wise. All we're gonna do is take that stalk and kind of just cut it in half like that, and then cut the floret in half. It
Wait,
doesn't
what's
really
the stalk?
matter. The stalk of this part, so just cut it on a bias. If it's big like this, we'll cut the head in half. If they're like smaller heads, we'll just leave them whole, but it doesn't really matter for size. We're not going for anything precise on these. I have one little spicy pepper, just because I like some heat in my dishes. We're just gonna do a little bit of the Serrano, and I'll just cut it up.
Are these like styles of cutting? Like it's a Serrano?
Serrano's a type of pepper.
Oh, okay. I thought you were saying like we're gonna do a Serrano, like
No,
the way you're cutting.
we did a julienne. That's a style. That's like the way
Okay.
cutting it on a bias is just like on a 45-degree angle. Like we can do the same thing. The green onion, if you want to cut it, we'll do like 3 big cuts like this on an angle, and then we'll end with some garlic. See, like you don't have to be perfect at all, not even close. Like that's a terrible cut, but what we do to it is we put some salt on it, and then we're gonna grind that up with the salt with our knife like this, and it's gonna make just a paste. So that salt's gonna break it down for us. Look at that. Now we have perfect little garlic paste. That was 30 seconds of work.
I don't trust myself as a good cook, so sometimes that discourages me from making food because I'm like, this is gonna be like average, but
You can never get good at cooking unless you do it. It's one thing you can't watch and read. You have to physically just do the cooking. All right, we'll hop over to the stove. Let's get this going. Chicken, we're gonna start skin side down, medium high heat. So this is about like a 6 on your stove. So this is all going down, skin side. And normally you want the skin really crispy, but we're not worried about that because like I said, we're gonna cover and steam it. We're gonna get the skin crispy at the end by putting it under the broiler in the oven. So save our marinade. We're gonna use that in a second. That's gonna go for about 5-6 minutes on one side. We'll flip it. I'm gonna wash my hand. All right, while that's going, we will move on to your fish portion of this. I'll show you a good way to make fish that's pretty easy and pretty much foolproof. With this, all we're doing, again, miso paste. You can get this at any grocery store, just in the Asian section. They'll have it. And this has a ton of flavor, like miso soup. You're familiar with miso flavor? Give that a smell. So this, this has enough salt and seasoning in it that we don't need to put anything on this, and we're just gonna spread this on our fish. And then we're sticking this under the broiler for about 5 to 7 minutes, and it's gonna cook all the way through like that, and that'll be our salmon portion of this. Super easy to do. This preparation takes no time at all. Buy fish, buy paste, spread it on.
here's a dumb question for maybe people that are watching that don't know this. I totally do. Broiling is in the oven.
Yes, yep.
Obviously.
Broil's the feature of the oven. It's just the top rack gets super hot, usually an open flame if you have gas or electric, but you get direct heat just right on.
So there's different types of ways to use the oven, obviously.
Yeah. You can do convection, which is when the air is circulating. You can use a standard oven, which is the heat radiating in, and then you have broiler, which is just top down, straight heat. Give these a flip. There we go. We got some nice color in there. All those vegetables, just gonna put them around. And then the rest of that marinade's going on top of that. And we're also gonna put a little bit of water, about a 1/4 cup, just to continue to steam.
Water seems like something that's bad, but
No, we're steaming. We want the steam. The steam's really what's cooking this. Put this on medium heat, cover it, and that's gonna go for about 10 minutes. That rice, it's had time to steam, and look at that. Now we can just fluff it up. All that water's been absorbed.
it looks very clean.
Beautiful, fluffy. See, nothing sticking together, it flakes apart.
What do you think is an appropriate amount of time to make food in advance and still have it be okay to eat?
That's a good question. I think 5 days is usually good. Fish you want to eat probably at the beginning of the week. You have enough veggies in there to probably stretch that with your fish, but I wanted to just give you a quick second option. That's a cucumber salad that's wicked easy to make. I'm talking like I just said wicked easy. It's very easy to make. This is a little bit of spicy chili oil. This is my favorite Asian ingredient. I know you don't like that much spice, so we're just going to a little bit. Shredded carrots. Just a dash. This is super strong sesame oil, but a little bit of sesame oil. Soy sauce, a little oil, a little vinegar. We'll give this a mix. And then this we'll put with the salmon, so you have like a little bit of just like something different, cold salad. Let's take a look at this.
Oh yeah.
I mean, that smells awesome. Take your thigh. Oh yeah, that's gonna be great. After you've cooked and you get it down, you can tell if it's done. To start out, just do this. Just cut into it and go, oh, look at that.
Oh yeah.
It's white all the way through. Perfect. All right, chicken's done. Now we'll get these chicken on the tray. They're done cooking. What we're gonna do is just crisp up the skin. And this is really more important for if you're eating it right away, you want crispy skin. I'm gonna show you how to do it, but what I would do is now put this in their containers, and then the night you wanna eat it, put the chicken on its own under the broiler, it will reheat it, and then it will crisp up that skin. And then this, we have all this beautiful liquid still in here. We're gonna put this back on the heat and let that reduce. I'm gonna take our veggies out. We're gonna start plating everything up. We're going with a portion of rice. The more the rice hits, the drier it's gonna be. Like by day 3, you're gonna wanna put a little liquid in there just to steam that up. Or even the sauce, like if you microwave it with the sauce will help do that as well. Salad for the fish.
Cucumbers.
And that is what you're looking for. Golden brown, beautiful, bubbling, crispy skin on top. So now the sauce, I'm gonna put it on here, but probably a smarter thing to do, just so everyone knows this, I don't have little containers. If you get little individual sauce containers, do that, but just for the sake of this is how I would finish it off. And there you go. That's the salmon right there. You wanna go just until you get that color on top. That means the broil is done. You have your fish, you have your chicken. It's flaking, falling apart, it's well cooked. Perfect though. That's a sample. That's for me, you know what?
Yeah.
Fuck it, that's my piece.
Good?
It's so good, I'm jumping. All right, Hank, there you go. That's your meal prep Monday. Not too bad, right?
No, this was easy. It took less than an hour, and now I, come to the office every day. I don't have to worry about spending money on lunch, going out to get lunch. It's like just go to the kitchen, know I have a good meal, throw it in the microwave, maybe throw some water on it. It'll be great.
All right, well, we'll do it again next week.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Peace. See you guys next time.